Forget everything you think you know about doing keyword research for your blog and your website until after you do this step. Every single business owner I've ever worked with misses this very crucial but very simple step in their keyword research process. And when they do miss this step, it costs them time, money, and might actually make you miss the keywords that are going to perform the best for your website. Now, this step is a little bit backwoodsy and backwards feeling at first, but once you wrap your head around it and once you get in the routine of doing this step before you do your keyword research, you're gonna love it and you're gonna wanna give me a hug. Hey, if we haven't met yet, my name is Faith Hanan. I'm an SEO consultant and copywriter, and I help small businesses like yours get more traffic and more sales from their website. So what is this tip? Well, let's talk a little bit. So when small business owners sit down to do keyword research, most of the time they do this big no-no. They make this big mistake. What do? They sit down, they get all cozy, they get their blue light glasses, kick their feet up, and then they open up their laptop, open up their favorite keyword research tool, and start typing. And usually one of two things happens. Either scenario one, they're sitting down and they're typing like a madman, like that Kermit the Frog meme. They're typing like a madman, throwing in all these words, getting all these results, and their mind just gets to going and they start building out this keyword strategy that doesn't really work for their business. Or scenario two, they open up their keyword research tool and just go blank and get this deer in the headlights look and end up just sitting there accomplishing absolutely nothing. So here's what I want you to do instead. This is the crucial first step to your keyword research that you absolutely cannot miss. And what is that step? It's to not open your laptop. Nope, no technology. Zero technology allowed, okay? Unless you count a ballpoint pen as technology. But what I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper. Yep, just a simple blank sheet of paper, okay? And your favorite pen. I happen to like these Sharpie pens. They're my current fave. But what I want you to do is I want you to get a blank piece of paper, okay? And what you're going to do is we're going to put your brilliant, God-given brain to work for you before you jump into the keyword research tool of your choice. Now, why? Why does this matter? Why do you need to use paper before you use your keyword research tool? Well, because God gave you a really smart brain and you know your business, you know your clients, you know your product way better than any keyword research tool is going to know it. And so often we jump into using a tool, be it Ahrefs or Moz or SEMrush or even my personal favorite, Ubersuggest. We jump into using a tool and we get overwhelmed by the tool itself. And then the ideas that we have, like these really brilliant ideas that God gave us, they kind of get pushed to the back of our brain because we're being inundated with all this information. We have all of these words popping up in front of us. And so these brilliant God-given ideas and words in our brain just kind of fall to the wayside because we've used the tool before we've used our brain. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your handy dandy, fancy schmancy sheet of paper and I want you to fold it into 6 sections, okay? I like to go hot dog and then hamburger 3 times, okay? We'll go back to arts and crafts in class, okay? I want you to fold it into 6 sections, okay? Voila. And then I want you to write in each section, a little spot in the top, we're going to title each section. First, I want you to label the first section problem. The second section will be promise. The third section will be person. And then your sections 4, 5, and 6 will be your content buckets. So when I talk about the problem, I'm talking about the problem that you solve, that you and your business solve for your ideal client, okay? Whether this is you help them make sure that their pipes aren't going to leak, you help them winterize their RV, you help them get more likes on their social media posts, like whatever the problem is that you solve, I want you to use this problem section to brainstorm different ways that your ideal client might be describing their problem, okay? The promise section is where I want you to talk about the promise that you deliver. How do you help them? You help them go from A to Z. What is the A and what is the Z? Okay, you help them go from clean laundry all over their bedroom to a tidy, neat house, keeping up on laundry all the time. You help them go from sick and always feeling tired to healthy 90% of the time and always full of energy. Whatever the promise is that you and your product or your course deliver on, that's in the promise section, okay? And the person section is where it gets a little bit fun, and you have to use some creativity and your God-given smarts, okay? Because sometimes when somebody sits down to search for something, they are searching for things based on the person that they are, or sometimes they're searching for things based on the person that you are. Let me explain. If I'm looking for at-home workouts, I'm looking for at-home workouts for moms or at-home workouts for kids, right? I'm looking for solutions based on who I am, my stage of life, okay? Now let's flip it a little bit and say, maybe you are looking for a copywriter, okay? Whoop, whoop, happy to help. But you don't care that I'm a mom, right? Like you're not looking for a copywriter who's also a mom. You're looking for a copywriter based on, a copywriter for showing up on Google, a copywriter for SEO, a copywriter with a sense of humor, right? You're looking for it based on who the person you're searching for is, okay? Or maybe you're an avid hunter and you're looking for a guide service in Colorado versus a guide service in Montana. So think about, are people searching for you and the solutions that you provide based on who they are or based on who you are, okay? And that's how you're going to use this person section. Depending on your business, depending on, who you help and how you help them, the person section may be super relevant. It may not be, okay? So don't beat your head against a wall trying to find the person words if it's not really clear right off the bat. And then the remaining 3 sections, I want you to think through your content buckets. This is probably an exercise that you've already gone through, but I'm going to give you a brief overview real quick. Your content buckets or your content pillars are generally like the 3 to 5 areas that you talk about what you do and how you help people. So if you're a workout coach for moms, you help moms lose weight postpartum, the areas that you're going to talk about are fitness, routine, and nutrition. Okay, great. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So think about the 3 general areas that you're going to talk about to create content that sells and content that nurtures and content that serves. And those are going to be your 3 content buckets that you write about while you're brainstorming. Now, the other thing that I want you to think about as you're coming up with keywords, as you're brainstorming keyword ideas using paper, not technology, is I want you to think of service first, okay? This is another reason why doing this exercise on paper is so valuable, because you're able to think of the person and picture the person that you're helping and how you can best serve them. You're able to think service first over selling, because you're not just looking at search volume. You're not being hit in the face with the search volume that the keyword research tool is going to and should give you. So then after you've completed this exercise on paper, you are more than welcome to jump into your favorite keyword research tool. My personal favorite is Ubersuggest, and I even have a very simple, straightforward guide for you on how to use Ubersuggest the easiest way, exactly what you need to do and what you don't need to do. The tutorial is under an hour, and it'll help you skip all the stuff, not waste your time, and just jump right into exactly how to use the tool. It's a steal of a deal. But wait. Once you find those keywords, what in the heck do you do with them? Check out this next video where I'm breaking down this simple 4-part system for getting more clicks and more sales from the right keywords so that you can use evergreen content to generate consistent sales for your business.